the deck profile. We went 3 rounds. First round, I played up against Gohan. That was a very long, very grindy game. Second game, played against Ginyu. That was a bit more like, try not to die too early. Third game, played against Beerus. I don't really like playing against critical leaders because, like I said, I really like having cards in hand because your hand is your life as much as your life is your life. Besides that, this has worked for now. May tweak it. I don't know. I've got the in-depth deck profile for you. I went 3-0 at my locals with this one. Now, obviously, this is all personal preference and make a meta call, whatever. But there's some things that are standard. I'll have one of the videos up because unfortunately my phone did die. Couldn't film it. Lame. But I'll do a little breakdown and see if you guys can actually learn something from this. Anyway, let's dive into this. This is pretty standard, right? Everyone is going to be playing this at 4 and this one at 4. It's just a thing that people do. I also do it. It's good. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. It lets you search for the thing that you need. Like, I've used this to search for strength when I needed it. Great option. 2 of the MOA. This one I never considered until a few days ago. I forget the homeboy's name, but he told me that playing this in the Paragus is not bad, and people do it online for some reason because apparently it's good. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do it. And well, it worked. So shout out to that boy. So 1 drops, then 2 Paragus, because sometimes people are going to try to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to leave you at like 5 life. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm still going to work for me. You know, I'm chilling. Then I played 2 of the androids. This has actually come in very clutch. You drop this later in the game and they're like, oh, whatever, it's a cycle. Then you swing and it's like, oh, now I'm drawing a card. And then they're going to actually spend resources to try to kill this. And then that means they're not spending resources trying to kill you, right? Your life is still being protected, technically, because the android is drawing fire. But protecting the android, funny enough, actually is useful. Because then when you swing again and you draw another card, and that card you end up drawing happens to be the card that's going to win you the game, very nice. I played this at 1. I was playing it at 3. And then I realized, you know, there's more green in my locals. I don't really want to see it. Yes, it's a 1K, but so is the Paragus. So just kind of kept it at 1 just because it's like, I don't want to throw it out, but I also didn't want to commit too much to it. Then moving up, we play 4 Vegetas. I don't know what to say besides this card is good. Is it great? Well, it's not great, obviously, because I have to discard a card to pop something. It should be free. It's Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans. I don't know what these monkeys are doing, making me have to pay a cost in order to do an effect. What do they think they're doing? But this card is very good. This is great when you see it in your hand, going second while you have strength, because then it actually means burning the energy marker 1 turn early is a valuable play, right? So you have your 2 energy and the marker, you spend it for the strength, you get 1 active, you play like 1 cost card, you know, MOA, whatever, search something. And then on your 4th energy turn, you play the Vegeta and you go to 5. So it's almost like you're going up 1 faster. Yeah, sure, maybe you want to hold the energy marker, but honestly, and I realized this as I was playing, trading that energy marker away for an actual like refreshable energy, a live energy, makes you play a little differently. And it's just like a mental thing for myself. Your mileage may vary, whatever. But 4 of those Vegetas. Now when we get to our 5 drops, I've seen a couple lists play this at 4, and I totally get it. This is actually a card that one could play at 4. Great card. I cut it down to 3, probably just because I wanted to make room for the trunks. Do you need the trunks? Once again, make a meta call, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Playing this at 4 is really good though, because this is actually in the game that I managed to record. That's nice. My opponent dropped 2 of these on me and swung with 1. So you'll see it. You'll see it. I'll put the video up. But I dropped 1, killed the one that was standing, and then I swing into the one that's rested. And it's like, yeah, either defend it or lose your character. 3 copies worked just well for me. Now, this boy, on the other hand, I actually didn't really get to use Turles as much as I wanted to, And so it really worked out playing him at 3. I personally feel like you should play him at 4 because the critical is so beautiful. You swing in with critical, like it hurts, especially as a green player. When someone hits me with critical, that really is critical damage. I'm not gonna lie, because as much as life is life, in this game especially, your hand is life. And not getting a card added into your hand because you're losing it to critical really does apply mental damage. Now, obviously, MVP of the deck, the real MVP is the Son Goku, the Selkus that I play at 4. And I won these 2 off of the packs that I pulled. Oh, that's so beautiful, honestly. Oh, I just wanted to flex on that for you guys for a second. And you know what? This could be you too. If you subscribe to this channel, leave a like, share, you know, maybe you guys can have, have pulls like this. I play this at 4. I've seen people saying, yeah, play it at 3, whatever. I'm like, I want this at 4 because if I put this on the board, my opponent knows that this is actually a threat. So they're gonna have to spend resources killing it, and having more options in terms of like, do I actually hold it in hand? Do I charge it? You know, by playing 4 just makes me feel a lot better. I played at 4. Great card. If you're not playing this, you're insane. And that's why I know you guys are obviously very intelligent people and you're definitely playing this, at least playing 3. I have a personal preference for 4. Now that's the stuff in the earlier portion of the game. And then once we start getting to the later game, so now we're getting into the top end and I play Heal Hans. This card has won me a game. So in the final round, I was playing up against a Beerus player and the guy had cards in hand. He did have 1 life and I was saying, okay, maybe I just drop a big body and swing. Shotgun the hand, maybe we make it. But this game is very much math-based and I think I'm starting to understand how math works. These numbers and stuff, they make sense. And I'm like, based on the cards he has in hand, he could probably combo out. If he combos out, I lose. Because he had the double strike Son Goku on field, and I'm like, man, if he just swings with that, and then like I'm not gonna make it. So I decided to drop the Heal Han, heal a life, and I'm like, swing with the Heal Han, yeah, 35 at year 20, yeah, what are you gonna do, bud? Like now you have to drop cards. So it drains cards out of his hand. Because it is also kind of a big body, not gonna lie. And the heal, very nice. Very nice. It's a great card. I would not play more than 2 though. Because I mean it is just a 5k combo, 35k body, yes. But I would not play more than 2. And the reason I also wouldn't play more than 2 is because I do play the 116, the blocker. Now this is very interesting because against yellow, obviously this does literally nothing. They just drop the 1-drop Frieza, they tap it down, you're gonna die. But against the other guys, it's not that bad because if you are playing against Beerus or like Red, let's just say, they kind of have to spend resources to kill this, and it's not bad. Like yeah, they'd have to spend 2 energy on the Fua, whatever, or they'd have to go Beerus, leader effect, Whis. They have to do things in order to drain it to 0. And if they don't, and you have a blocker on field, especially for green, because okay, maybe for the androids it's a different story, but especially playing Broly, you're really not thinking too much like, oh, this guy's playing Broly, he's gonna have a blocker. It's not really a thing that people consider. So when you drop a blocker, they're like, huh? What? Explain that again? Because, you know, there's no... In this game so far, I haven't seen piercing damage, except maybe for the UI Goku, whatever. So I strongly recommend, like, this to me is almost like playing 3 Heal Hans. And sure, the 1 life is nice, but really it's more like a 6-mana draw 1 card. And it just keeps you going. Like this... To me, this right here is exactly the amount you need. You don't want 3 Heal Hans and 2 androids. Like this is good. This is good. This works. For me, at least. At my locals, obviously, your mileage may vary. Then we're gonna talk about some other androids. The 17, 18. These ones are phenomenal, I suppose is the right word. Because you're playing against yellow, guy does some stuff. I'm just gonna kill 2 things that are important. Oh, you just lost combo power. Then instead of even going face, you go, I'm gonna swing at the rest of the battle card. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yeah, because I know that if I do that, they're gonna have to spend resources like double strike Golden Frieza to like lock it down or do things like that. And the pressure that these apply, very nice. And they actually, won a game for me. I think it was the second game against a Ginyu player, which, you know, not too sure if it's my experience only, but Ginyu goes really wide and it's relatively dangerous to deal with. So dropping, like just slamming the androids down and blowing up things on his board and like swinging in at life, double strike, 40, and then just shotgunning that does damage. Won me the game. So yes, mad respect for the androids. Then here we have the actual, the bigger boys, which would be SCR Gohan. Oh, yo, against yellow is just perfect. I'm not even gonna lie, it's just perfect. Like, oh, you spent your time establishing a board? That's cute. What board? Explain that to me again. The not being able to attack part does kind of suck. But man, being able to just blow up their board, kill their niece, their Zarbon, like all their blockers, and they're thinking they're safe, sitting behind like 2-3 blockers, and it's like, safe? Buddy, this is Dragon Ball. There's no safety here. Yes, people do play that too. I think 1 is perfect. I also only have 1, but I don't think I'd bump it up to 2. That's my personal preference. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Maybe you want to play 2. I played at 1. It's good enough. It's great for what it does. Now, this is a little different from some of the other guys. I only play 3 Brolys. I used to play 4. Then I decided that was actually kind of cloggy because I would see like, which is a good problem to have, I suppose, but I'd see like 3 of these guys in my hand. I'm like, man, no combo power. I need ramp more than I need this. And I have to end up like charging 2 of them. And that's just, it hurts. But playing it at 3 is like, oh, you see it when you need it. You might see it a bit early, but you'll see it when you need it. Then moving on past the Brolys. Now this was very interesting because obviously you're thinking, yeah, you definitely play 4 super combos. Why would you not play 4 super combos? I have been feeling, what if you just went down to 3? Like, what if you just went down to 3? Like, yeah, super combos are nice, they're defensive. But this is especially a deck and a game that's very much punching heavy. So why defend when you can attack? Food for thought, but no, I do play that 4. And I actually won 1 game because I ended up having 3 super combos in hand, and it just worked out. I just got lucky. But yeah, I think 3 is all you really need, because if I had 4 super combos in hand, it wouldn't have really made all that difference when you really think about it. But these are better than super combos. That's why it's like you can probably cut it down. Bro, Meteor, what else can you say about Meteor? Plus 25. 1 mana plus 25? What? That is great. That's phenomenal. We need more cards like this. But there are times when it's like, man, I'm tapped out and I have like 2 Meteors in hand. They're like dead cards at that point. So just be more mana efficient. But definitely you play this at 4. 100%. Just like how you would play, this should be no controversy at all, but you obviously play this at 4. And this is great because you want to see it in your opening hand, you want to resolve it once, and if you see any extra copies of it, immediate charge, no hesitation. You only need to resolve this card once. And then these are just free cards. You don't have to, oh, am I going to sacrifice combo power, etc.? No, free charge. But yes, you also do want to play the 4 because you want to see them. So there's that. Yes, you can search it off the Gohan, but it's also just nicer to have. Now this is kind of where I chose my other extra cards, like flex spots. 2 of the Big Bang attacks, especially because I'm playing 4 Selkus, it works out. And this card won me game. It was that same game against Beerus. Dropped the Heal Han, and then I Big Banged away his double strike Goku. It's like I just, for 1 mana, and because I had a Selku on board, it was free. Or I didn't even have Selku on board. That's like, I had already ramped so much I didn't even need it. If only I charged my phone. Anyway, yeah, great card. Great card. However, this has also lost me games. So that's important to point out, because sometimes you have to make the call between, do I stop my opponent from playing, or do I ensure that my strategy works better? And it's always better to choose your own strategy versus, trying to stop your opponent from doing things. That's just my recommendation. And in that vein, I also play 1 instant Kamehameha. I was thinking about just cutting this. That game against Beerus, I shotgunned this plus 2 meteors and the rest of my hand. And even though he had the super combos in hand, like this 0 cost plus 15 made a massive difference. Closed out the game. So it's a personal preference that I keep it at 1. At the time of recording this, apparently regionals are happening this Saturday. I only got into this game like relatively recently. This is my 2nd tournament. I don't think I'm ready for regionals. Plus, there's so much driving to do, and I don't even know if that's worth it. But if any of you actually made it to the end of the video and you have like a recommendation, do I go regionals or not go regionals? Let me know, and I'll make my decision based on that. I'll take, you know, the day off of work or whatever. And then I just want to kind of flex this just once more. Oh, that's halfway to a playset, you know? Halfway to a playset. Anyway, enjoy!